Hello and welcome. We're joined today by Fox NFL analysts Tony Gonzalez and Mark Schlereth. Let's start in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers are still dealing with Antonio Brown's bucket-throwing temper tantrum during Sunday's win against the Ravens. Today, Big Ben had some strong words for his top target.
I was disappointed because it's not like I intentionally missed him. It's not like I intentionally didn't throw it to him. I was doing what my reads tell me to do. I don't even want to say I made a mistake because I was reading the side I was supposed to read. It just is unfortunate that it happened, and it's unfortunate that he acted and reacted that way. I told him on the sideline, maybe just come talk to me. Ask me what happened. Tell me that you were open. I wish that he would have just come talk to me and tell me, hey, Ben, I killed him on display, whatever. That goes a lot further than throwing a temper tantrum. He's superhuman on the football field, and when that happens, it almost brings him back to being a mere mortal, if you will, because it gets in his head and he messes, and it just messes with all of us a little bit. And I want AB, and I said this to him. I'm not saying anything that I haven't told him and talked to him about, and we've had private conversations, and I'm not trying to call AB out, but I just think that, this is causing a distraction that none of us really need.
All right, Cowherd, Big Ben going right at AB. Good move.
Yeah, quarterback should lead and talk and make people uncomfortable, and he's clearly not happy with Tomlin. This is another indirect shot at Tomlin. It is. It's another, here we go. We're distracted. He used the word distraction. The Patriots are never distracted.
Why you gotta bring Tomlin in?
No, I'm just saying this goes back to something that you and I have agreed with, that Pittsburgh and Seattle tend to be player-driven, emotional-driven, and once again, I believe that Big Ben after the game said nothing, slept on it, and thought, I'm going to make this a bigger deal. And it's going to be along my common thread of criticism, which is we are too emotional.
All right.
We're not academic.
Right.
Why did he not talk about it after the game and a day later?
No, he thought it through, and I think I think you've made a good point. But I also think he's also saying, hey, man, we gave you the money. Remember, this was allegedly about getting the right contract and blah, blah, blah. Well, they gave the guy some more money this offseason, and he should be satisfied. The team's playing a tough AFC North game in Baltimore. Again, I'm not going to drag Tomlin into it, even though I think that's fair. I just think this is Big Ben saying, AB, grow up, man. We gave you the money. What more do we need to do? I missed you on one play. The previous 3 weeks, I've been throwing to you too many times.
Why is Big Ben talking so much? It's like a fourth time.
He's got a show. That's a show, isn't it? He's on that show every week. He's got to talk. That's part of his contract. Seriously. He's a quarterback. He does a show. I think he does that every week. So he's getting paid. That's why he's talking.
Does it bother you?
I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all. I think, if Big Ben is a Hall of Fame quarterback. And he can say whatever he wants. He's calling out another Hall of Fame player. I don't think he's even calling him out. He's just addressing. He probably got asked a question, and I think he's just addressing what's on his mind. And he said, like he said in there, I'm not telling you guys anything that I haven't told him. And, I don't think Antonio Brown cares. He's Facebook Live. I don't think he has a problem with this.
I know that they have had those conversations before in the locker room. He has had those conversations with Antonio Brown. And part of the issue is that you get emotional. Some emotional players get emotional on the field, and it takes away from what you're trying to do as an offense. As an offense, it's about rhythm, it's about timing, it's about controlled aggression. And when you have that type of emotional instability, it hurts your football team. That's all he's saying. Just because you play a pro sport doesn't make you a professional. And you can have some of that. I've played with some crazy dudes on defense. You got to have a few touch guys. You do. Offensively, you got to be buttoned up. For everybody to be working in unison, you got to be buttoned up. And this, to me, is Big Ben saying, like you said, he hasn't spoken out of turn. Dude, you got to grow up. If we're going to go where we need to go, we need you not to miss 7 or 8 plays because mentally you're frazzled. Because it hurts us.
It's not a cry for help, but the only quarterback in this league that's like Hall of Fame level that is calling out his team is the same guy. This is like the fourth. Big Ben, again, it's not a cry for help. Big Ben is getting frustrated that the front office or ownership is not addressing his concerns. Second time he said distracted with Antonio Brown, Facebook and this.
Listen, he talked about retirement during the offseason.
Right.
Which was pushing the organization.
That's right.
And putting their back to the wall. I'm trying to think, though, Tom Brady doesn't do any of this?
Not to that level. No. Tom Brady?
Tom Brady he cusses you out on the field.
He loses it on
But
the
it
sideline.
seems like to me this is the fourth time. Remember after the Dallas game last year and he goes, we just weren't prepared. They were. That's calling out the organization.
No, he is putting pressure on the organization. He is trying to say to Mike Tomlin, hey, man, set a tone and an atmosphere here. Put some fear in Antonio Brown because the locker room has tried. We can't get to him for some reason. Yeah. We thought maybe giving him the contract and the money would calm him down. But again, AB is a different kind of situation, and so that's got to be organizational. And I guarantee you, from Tomlin's perspective, he's thinking, I got to have ownership on my side because ownership gave him the money.
But, Tony, you told me that you wanted Matt Ryan this year, when Sark came in, to say, Sark, we're running my offense. Mm-hmm. Isn't what Big Ben's doing what you want Matt Ryan to do, which is be really strong and almost defiant?
Absolutely. I think this is the best thing for him. First of all, he's just being honest. He's going to make a great television personality because he's going to be honest. And he's calling out his teammates because he doesn't want that to turn into a distraction. I know for me, the couple times that happened throughout my career where I went nuts on the sideline, where I'm throwing something or whatever it is, that takes me out of my game. And now that hurts everybody. What did he have in that? What was his stat line in that game? I think 3 catches. Yeah. It was the lowest of the year. I think he still had 9 targets. He didn't have double-digit targets. He still had 9 targets. Right. He didn't play the typical AB game, and I think that's what Ben is saying, is that hurts all of us. And for him to call him out, I say, you know what? You're the captain of this ship. You're the quarterback. You're the face of this franchise. Do what you got to do.
You need a quarterback. You don't have to be friends with everybody when you play. You darn well better be respected. And you got to respect your quarterback. Heck, I was on the field. I was at practice with the Broncos when Peyton Manning was there. And they were running some blitz pickup drill. Peyton demanded they run a blitz pickup drill. Peyton ran the whole drill. The coaches didn't even get involved. John Fox walks up to me and says, we run this drill every day. We spend 15 minutes running this drill every day. And he goes, we're the least blitz team in the league. Nobody blitzes Peyton Manning. He goes, but Peyton Manning demands we run it. You know, that's something that makes him comfortable. We're going to run it. And I think this is a quarterback flexing his muscles saying, guys, we've got a chance. Come on. Everybody was asking if the New England Patriots were going to go undefeated. We got a chance to be in a Super Bowl, and this will derail us if we continue to let it happen.
Kansas City, where the Chiefs remained undefeated yesterday. My co-host from KC, or Indy, I can never figure out which one. Alex
who's
Smith
ever winning?
Put on another stellar performance, including a late fourth-quarter drive. That was a great throw for a game-winning field goal. Alex has been a different quarterback this year, making really big throws downfield, while Andy Reid has helped assemble a roster full of talent on both sides. Whitlock, all right, who gets the credit? Andy, Alex?
Well, listen, everything starts with the head coach.
Thank you.
And starts with Andy Reid. But having said that, I said at the beginning of this year, and again, I credit Andy Reid and the organization, drafting this young quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, forces Alex Smith to right where he needs to be. Just let it rip. Okay, you guys think there's someone better behind me? You guys don't believe in me? When San Francisco drafted Kaepernick in the second round, Alex Smith took the 49ers to the NFC Championship game and looked real good. He's been through this before. Alex Smith is playing at the highest level I've ever seen him. I don't think it's going to go away. I think we're going to see it all season and through the postseason. But again, Andy Reid is the guy calling the plays, put Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, put all the pieces in place. The credit goes to Andy Reid. But I love what I'm seeing from Alex Smith.
I think Andy's the second best coach in the league. I've said this for years. I think he's offensively an innovator. Think about this. All great coaches. Jimmy Johnson.
You know Pete Carroll's head just exploded.
I know. Pete's third. So Don Shula had Marino. Shanahan had Elway. Walsh had Montana. Belichick. Every great coach, Knoll had Bradshaw. Every great coach has had a great quarterback, at least briefly. Andy Reid's won 60% of his NFL games.
I'll buck that trend. Joe Gibbs won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks. Theismann, Doug Williams, and Mark Rippon.
2 coaches in NFL history.
And Donovan McNabb's going to be waiting for you at your
Okay, I like Donovan. He's not Aikman. He's not Steve Young. Joe Gibbs and Andy Reid have won consistently with meh quarterbacks.
Donovan McNabb, not meh, but I hear what you're saying. You make a good point.
Come on now.
I look at this Kansas City team, and Alex Smith is playing lights out. You think about this now. They're the most sacked team in football. The most sacked team in football.
Kansas City?
13 sacks they've given up in the last 3 games. 13 sacks in the last 3 games. You know how many turnovers he has? 0. You talk about a guy that's not only making plays down the field with the talent they have, and you look at Kareem Hunt, that dude is a bowling ball of butcher knives, man. I mean, nobody wants to get in his way. And you've got speed with Hill. Most speed guys run one, they either run a reverse and they run one route. They run a 9. Like, clear the field. That dude runs everything. He's stocky. He's a great young player. You've talked about the tight end a bunch in Travis Kelce. I don't know about the hip gyration at the dance. I would rather go with the dunk with you. You know, I don't need that. But they're a talented group, man, a really talented group.
Absolutely. I wish I could do the hip gyration, though, like that.
Yeah.
That looks a lot of fun.
Be big in the club.
I would have been big in KC. You know what? I'm gonna go opposite here because I think Andy Reid he's doing what he's always done. He's a great coach. The difference with this team this year is Alex Smith. I think that's the biggest difference. They got the running game. Kareem Hunt right now is the All-Pro running back in the league.
Yeah.
And guess who the All-Pro quarterback in the NFL is right now?
Right.
It's got to be Alex Smith.
How much do you think the motivation of Patrick Mahomes? How much do you think that lit a fire?
Absolutely, and you said it. I said it too. That this is either going to break him or it's going to make him something even better, and it's made him something even better right now. And he's taken his game to the next level, and that's why I would say Alex. I would give him a little bit more credit than Andy.
We talk about Drew Brees and might he leave and where would it be a destination? How about Alex Smith? What if Alex Smith gets an opportunity to leave the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think it would be a mistake
people, though,
for them to let him go. And again, I expect this play to continue throughout the season. The guy's 33 years old. He's been through this experience once before. He is a competitor, and he is as buttoned up as any quarterback in the league. And again, the throw he made coming out of the pocket where I thought he was going to scramble for 4 or 5 yards, goes downfield on the run with a dime, changed field position, basically won the game for him. It's the best throw I've ever seen him make in a Chiefs uniform. I can't remember everything he did in San Francisco, but again, I'm so thrilled for Alex Smith.
Who's he looking like? We talked about it before.
Aaron Rodgers. Honest to goodness. And last night he did, because again, the running game, if you go really look at it, it didn't get going until really the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
For 3 quarters, he carried the team. He really did.
Listen, Andy Reid likes to coach offense. Alex Smith is coachable. Not all quarterbacks are as coachable. Like Alex and Andy work. Alex, I think, has a self-awareness of, listen, I don't have Aaron Rodgers' arm. I don't have Russell's feet. I like to be coached, and Andy loves to coach. I mean, Michael Vick told me, he said, I really wasn't accessible to coaching until Andy Reid. I didn't listen. I did my own thing. Andy's a great mentor, and Alex is a very good student.
The fact that you can have that many sacks in 3 games and have 4 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown, and not turn the ball over, there's very few people in this league, even the elite guys, that aren't going to turn the ball over.
Alex has good feet, by the way. His feet have always been underrated. Welcome back, Tony Gonzalez, Mark Schlereth. Here they are, and let's return to Kansas City, where the Redskins couldn't hang on for the win over the Chiefs last night. Kirk Cousins dropped to 0-5 all-time on Monday night. Even still, the quarterback had a really solid performance. He can run a little bit. Perfect pass that should have been caught for a go-ahead touchdown late. You know what? I still think that's a touchdown. I hate these new rules. Whitlock has Kirk Cousins proven he's a franchise quarterback.
This is so crazy. Last night as I'm watching the game, right before 2-minute warning or first half, and I'm all out on Kirk Cousins. This is the proof I need. And I tweet out that Kirk Cousins has been embarrassing. We get to the end of the game, and I thought that was the Kirk Cousins everyone's been talking about.
Yeah.
Ran him downfield. I thought John Gruden's call of last night's game, I thought was tremendous. He kept saying over and over again, hey, Kirk Cousins got to create something out of chaos the way Alex Smith is. And then the last drive of the game, he ran twice.
Yep.
And then he threw the perfect game-winning touchdown pass, and the kid dropped it. And I've totally flip-flopped. That's what I've been waiting to see from Kirk Cousins. Washington just doesn't have the right receivers and the pieces around him.
They did last year, and his numbers were better.
Yeah, and if he had some offensive, some receiving help, and if Jay Gruden called plays like Andy Reid, Kirk Cousins would be tremendous.
Listen, there are tiers to franchise quarterbacks. He's not a Maybach. He's an Audi. But an Audi's a dependable car, and if you put the right stuff with Audi, it's fine. I mean, we want everybody to be Aaron Rodgers. So, there's the Aaron Rodgers, then there's the Matts, Ryans, and the Staffords, and then there's probably the. But I think, when I look at it, he's coachable. He's pretty mobile. And in this day and age, mobility, offensive line plays bad. He's pretty accurate. I saw him last night. He throws a nice deep ball. Most of the boxes get checked to me. I think he's a mid-range franchise guy.
I'm kind of there.
You drive a Maybach?
No, I'm saying that would be the best sportscasters would drive. I'm an Audi guy.
I drive an Audi too. What are you talking? What's wrong with an Audi? Audi's a great car.
I don't even know what a Maybach is.
Larry Johnson drove one.
I know he had a driver. How about that? Has he proved that he should be the franchise quarterback? I think he's proved this last year. I still don't understand why they have not paid this guy yet. I remember being around him at the Pro Bowl last year. I was one of the team captains. Had a chance to talk to him, and I asked him the same question. I'm like, what was the deal? Like, what do you got to do to get a contract? Because you're a good quarterback. I don't know if he's an elite quarterback, but you're a guy, you could be the face of the franchise. You make throws. Pay him his money.
Yeah.
Give it to him. He's deserved it, and I think you're going to see him as he continues to surround himself with those good weapons, that running game's going. They're one of the best teams in the NFL.
I think the Redskins have completely botched this. You had a chance to legitimately pay the guy, very much like Joe Flacco. Remember what they were arguing over a couple years ago? $1 million. They decided not to, and it went from 18 a year to 24, 25 a year. You think they wish they'd have signed that 18 a year?
Sure.
So you've got this guy that has proven that he's accurate, he's smart, he can put the ball out on time, he's got good anticipatory skills. Why would you not pay the guy? You're going to keep waiting. It's almost like they decided not to pay him. Now he's making 24. If they franchising him next year, it's going to be 30. And you got rid of his receivers. Pierre Garçon's playing somewhere else. You got D-Jack playing somewhere else. And you've tried to make a ex-quarterback who's an exceptional athlete, but he's not an NFL, like the skill set. There's still a learning curve.
Not a number one receiver.
Right. So Terrell Pryor, that's what you put it. How many drops does he have? He doesn't catch the ball efficiently, dropping slants. He's dropping passes that he shouldn't. I mean, it's almost like you've set him up to fail so you can say, see, we told you, he's not a franchise quarterback. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, they call it a franchise tag. And what it does is it protects a team, knowing that if he was on the open market, people would pay him. Like clearly Washington knows he's a franchise. That's why you franchise tag guys. You're like, listen, we know on the open market, they'll get purchased. You don't think on the open market today, Jets, Cleveland, Kyle Shanahan wouldn't be interested?
I agree they would be interested. But again, what I see in Kirk Cousins, and I like him more, he's got to be in the right situation. He's got a right head coach and right pieces around. You put him in a thing like what Alex Smith has going with the Chiefs on that offense, yeah, he can be an excellent guy that can win for you any time of the year.
But that's every quarterback except, save Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees. That's every quarterback.
Everybody needs help. By the way, you don't think Dak has got a break with Ezekiel on the line and Jason Garrett? I mean, that's just the way the world works.
He did, but again, I like it. I want to see more of it. I flip-flopped last night, not surprising. Tony Gonzalez is back. We're joined by Eric Davis. Eric, button that shirt up. It's a family show. My mother's watching.
Don't hate on my sexy.
Let's move to Oakland, where the Raiders just got some terrible news with Derek Carr being ruled out 2 to 6 weeks with a fracture in his back. Oakland turned to E.J. Manuel to finish the game against Denver Sunday, but now some are suggesting that the team should consider a certain unsigned quarterback who's no stranger to the Bay Area. Cowherd, would Colin Kaepernick be a good fit for the Raiders?
Oh, God, no. Listen, you had all this politics in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and all these owners and GMs are battling the protest stuff, and now you're going to bring in the league's face of political football. Like, you're just this past week, all these networks and all these owners and all these teams are figuring out, okay, how do we do the anthem? What do we put on TV? These are football people.
The Dodger is a good fit for Oakland.
No, he's not a good fit. The only knee owners want to see is the one running out the clock with a lead with a minute left. Like, I think these guys are the media wants Kaepernick.
Oh, no question.
The media, who gives a rip what a sports writer thinks? That's not who runs this league.
Listen, I am in total agreement with you. I think it would be bad for business. Would he be a good fit for Oakland? Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. The E.J. Manuel and whoever their third-string quarterback is escapes my mind right now. Connor Cook.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick in the Bay Area, he'd be right there. If he wanted to join the Black Panthers, he could. He's right there in Oakland. He could hang out at Facebook and Twitter right there in Northern California. And again, he would be a better backup quarterback to E.J. Manuel than Connor Cook, and he might be a better starter than E.J. Manuel. If he's going to come back somewhere, it might as well be in the Bay where they throw a ticker tape parade and carry him around on their shoulders. Even when he loses, he'd still be a hero.
Now, I don't know if they're going to do all of that, but yes, it would be a good fit for him because you touched on some of the points that's a community that has a long history of people fighting for injustices, be it racial, be it LGBT, be it the homeless, be it animals. So it's tolerant of that, number one. Number two, this is a team that started out the season, the Oakland Raiders, with aspirations of winning a championship. So now, right now, you lost your starting quarterback. You got to have someone that can actually get you through a possible 6-week spread that you think could help you win some games.
That's not Kaepernick.
You got a better shot with Kaepernick than you do with the guys
last year.
Okay, you know what? Why does everyone get on? Why does everyone get on Cap for winning one game on a bad squad? But I listen to you all the time to say Jared Goff didn't win a game last year, but you put him with better people, better coaches. He has a better shot. It applies to Cap too.
He won one game last year.
All that political stuff.
On the worst team in the league.
A lot of political stuff right now.
That's why I agree with you. He's from Turlock, too. He's from that area. It's a great organization as far as what he's trying, the message that he's trying to portray. But and can he play? Yes, he could play for a lot of teams. He'd be a good fit for teams. He's a good player. But no way, where everything is at, the political climate that's going on in America right now, nobody wants to see it, and it won't happen. It's fun to sit here and talk about it.
The Bay does, but
this is not going to happen. We know what's driving our product here. Okay,
they got Marshawn Lynch.
I know what's not driving the team to score touchdowns. That's E.J. Manuel.
Listen, guys.
That's just not happening.
Kaepernick won one game last year.
One of the mistakes...
On the worst team in the league. Okay, continue.
No, but I think one of the mistakes companies make is overreacting to social media. I think people in our business that talk... I'll talk Kaepernick if it's a story. Half the time I turn on radio shows and I'm like, we just had 7 great games. Why are you talking about a guy... Like, don't worry about how it lands on Twitter. Kaepernick, in this political climate where owners and GMs are figuring out what do we do with the anthem.
But Colin, listen to what you're saying. But right now you are paying attention to what's happening on Twitter as opposed to paying attention to what's happening on the roster. Because you're saying that the team shouldn't pay attention to what the fan base is saying on Twitter, but you're saying the political climate and all the things that are being said they supersede the fact that the backup quarterbacks on this team aren't going to be good enough to keep you afloat in this division.
Well, first
of
all,
you got if you're really trying to compete with the rest of this division, you got to get better at the quarterback position.
The difference is Carr's going to come back in a month. And then if you bring in Kaepernick, you still have Kaepernick in a month. Whereas E.J. Manuel, can he win a game of the next 3? Probably.
But you'll be out of you may be out of it.
It's hard to cut Kaepernick.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I think it's hard to cut Kaepernick.
Eric, have you been watching? Come on. It's hard to cut Kaepernick.
It's the NFL. It's not hard to cut anyone. It's not.
You guys are talking about this like it can happen. It's not going to happen. The odds of this happening, you're a gambler. Where would you place the odds on something like
this?
Look,
I love long shots. I love the money line. I love the underdog money line. Kaepernick in the Bay, I could see him being silly enough to do it. He won't win them any games. The Bay will love it, and social media in Silicon Valley will love it. I can see him stupid enough to do it. I wouldn't do it. It's bad for business. I agree with Colin. If I'm the NFL, I don't want any parts of this. But could Jack Del Rio and these guys be sitting around and you know what? Connor Cook's terrible. And E.J. Manuel, they ran him out of Buffalo for a reason.
Welcome back. Interesting topic. Eric Davis is here now, joined by the founder of the Big Lead, Jason McIntyre. Let's move to Lavar, who has decided to pull his youngest son, LaMelo, out of Chino Hills High School, opting instead to homeschool him and train him independently until LaMelo goes to college in 2 years. It's supposed to be UCLA. Here's Lavar on the decision.
Are you going to teach him yourself? Math, science, English?
Lonzo, Jello, and all them. Don't act like I can't be educated too.
You taught them math, science, or you taught them basketball?
Sociology. The only difference is with Melo, when he does geography, he's really going to be there. He's going to be in China, Italy, he's going to be all over there.
So you think does this affect whether he goes to UCLA or not?
Now, this ain't going to affect him going to UCLA. We're still in high school. We're just going to homeschool for 2 years.
All right, Whitlock have an issue with Lavar homeschooling LaMelo.
No, because they're all in on basketball. And, you know, the Williams sisters were all in on tennis. And, you know, professional sports are generating so much money that this is, you know, you can argue this is a smart play. Not the choice I would make if it was my kid. Not the choice I would make, you know, and again, I don't know all about their private life, but the mom is going through a health crisis. But it's hard to second guess. There's a lot of money in professional basketball. They're all in on it. I can't knock them.
I think it's actually, you could make an argument it'll become a trend. Los Angeles is equipped to handle celebrity kids more than other cities, but I just don't think a public school for a kid that's this famous is probably a great fit. Where do celebrities in LA send their celebrity kids? To private schools. Their security's equipped, the distractions. I think he became too big for Chino Hills. I honestly think he's got like 2 billion Instagram followers. And I mean, literally the kid shows up to summer league games and draws a bigger crowd than NBA players. He's too big of a star for a public high school.
I've waffled on this guy. I'm still trying to grapple with the decision here, but this is a kid whose dad gave him a Lamborghini at 16 to drive to the high school parking lot. So you're good enough to have a Lamborghini and 2 million Instagram followers and part of a reality Facebook show. But don't worry about school. I'll take care of that. What kind of message does that send? I'm a little apprehensive going on board, and I've turned a corner with Lavar and some of the clownish antics, but I just don't know about this long term. Like, what's the end game for him here? What is he going to do next? You know what? We can open up a shoe market overseas. Why don't you go finish high school overseas and play basketball in Italy? Is that the worst?
What if he just keeps playing AAU basketball and gets homeschooled?
Yeah, he's going to learn a lot playing AAU. Just run in the gym, jack up a bunch of shots.
That's what AAU basketball.
But exactly. That's what it's all about right now. High school basketball is not where you're going to get discovered right now. Okay, so that's not a part of it. As far as the homeschooling, and you say he's good enough to get a Lamborghini, but not good enough to go to Chino Hills. What changes when you get that Lamborghini is the celebrity part of it, and that's what happens. And you guys are right. He's a celebrity now, and part of the job as a parent, you know this. Part of your job is to make some of the decisions that you think will help your child in the long run. And I'm okay with him making this decision, saying that this could distract him from doing a lot of things. This could cause a lot of problems for him because he is not just the average student anymore. He has become a celebrity, and you could possibly help him with some pitfalls, keeping him close, keeping him around more.
One thing we should be clear on, though, is Lavar made the choice to make all of his kids celebrities.
Yes.
Exactly.
Lavar
So now he has to
made
make a choice to help protect them, too.
I got it, but again, the kids didn't make that choice. Again, somehow LeBron James, who had far more talent than LaMelo, Jello, and all the rest
combined,
he made it through high school. Yeah. Isn't that incredible?
Carmelo Anthony made it through high school.
But
went
LeBron
to college
James.
for a year.
But LeBron also wasn't driving, and the world was different. Social media wasn't as big as it is now. LeBron wasn't driving a Lamborghini.
He wasn't
driving
a Hummer. To social media.
He was driving a worldwide celebrity.
By the way, in Los Angeles, a lot of celebrities' kids drive Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
They're called Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Pacific Palisades.
Manhattan Beach, your kids.
But by the way, why can't
LaMelo?
LaMelo?
To that commercial shoot this
We have
weekend in Atlanta.
Hyundais in my neighborhood.